I just loaded up my decade save and this just looks wrong. Green, however, does suit Eden a lot, but please change. Welcome back to Ultimate Decade Challenge. We awkwardly left off last episode in the middle of Christmas, hence the outfit change. I just wanted to say that now we're visiting Greenwood family, Harold's grandparents, and Game decided to tell me that their rooster is dying. Anyways, let's knock on their door and bring the whole family here. We will start this episode with nice Christmas dinner with grandparents. What is happening? Juliana is playing air guitar. They are doing very close hugs. As you can see, Dulce and her daughters already set up a lovely Christmas table, and we will also contribute to it. We made fish head stew, and also Juliana made a couple of candles that I cannot light up for some reason. That's great. The lack of cozy candles really helps to set up the mood. Let's call everyone to meal, and Alan already having a drink. This is, by the way, Harold's uncle. When Harold's parents, Martha and Edmund, got married, Alan was a toddler, and now he's a teenager. Why did you put it on the floor? Come on. She's doing laundry. Are we going to eat or not? Where is Juliana? Juliana going to call everyone to meal. This is probably the first time when these two families being gathered together and just sat down to eat, have a proper conversation. Maybe they discuss in future of the boys Peter and Harold. Adults starting to think what boy is going to do with their lives. In the previous episode we discussed Peter's potential future as a blacksmith, and I'm sticking to that idea. We're going to be grinding those 5,000 simoleons in this episode to pay for his apprenticeship. Harold obviously will be tied to the Bernenbrook farm and dragon and that kind of life, and I was debating whether I want to make him a fisherman or not, and I saw in the comments suggestion to make him a hunter, farmer and hunter, and I think it's such a great idea. It could be tied into going to the market and selling our stuff, but you need to sell your hunted animals before they go bad, which will add another interesting element of urgency and difficulty. He would have to go and hunt very early in the morning, right before he or somebody else then will go to the market to sell that meat. I like that. Which means that we should focus on his foraging skill while he's still a child, and we in this little transition period where basically Eden running household or Juliana. Greenwoods on the other hand have their own worries. They have two teenage, almost young adult daughters that they need to find husbands for. It would be really interesting to try and set up weddings for them that then our main household could visit as guests. I think it would be a very lovely thing to do. Cora is throwing tantrum because she's very sleepy. She just became toddler in the very end of previous episode. Maybe it's our cue to go home. I know we've been here only for a very short period of time. We basically just came, ate a meal and now going back, but it's already 8 p.m. and we are family with a toddler. This is, by the way, Juliana's old bedroom where she used to live before she had to... Alan now sleeps here, okay, because before she had to come and live with Bernenbrooks and take care of Harold. Why are we having meeting in the bathroom? Items removed. Huh? I don't know what removed, but does Cora have a bed? Yes, she does. Today is also the very last day of 1311, and in the morning we start in a whole new year, 1312. I have a little bit of an unhinged plan that I would like to accomplish in this video, and specifically to play through 3 years. On average, I go 1 year per episode, or 4 Sims in-game days per episode, sometimes less. But I think these next 3 years won't be too eventful. Also, we would end right before 1315 starts, when the Great Famine starts. And I want to do this because then I want to have the whole Great Famine in one episode also. I don't really want to stretch this very sad event too much. I think it would be better to have it all in one episode. But for that, we need to fly through years today. Why are we bathing child? Well, it's snowing outside. I need to move this washing basin inside. Also, we need to do laundry. Sometimes I like to read these Lady Whistledown's society papers that come from Regent's Romance mod. They obviously don't fit with the time and specifically don't fit with this family, but they mostly for me. This one says, Lord Malcolm Landgrab has been impressing the town with his artistic talents this week. I wonder if perhaps the Landgrab family will soon hold a musical. I would watch that. I would absolutely watch musical from Landgrabs. The idea of Landgrabs holding a musical reminded me of the scene from Marie Antoinette movie where she's performing as an actress on the stage for other aristocracy. And I think she's supposed to be Cinderella. I could absolutely see Malcolm doing something like that and also being the main singer for the musical. He obviously would be dressed in something very beautiful and expensive, but what role would he play? Something like a Prince Charming? The story of Cinderella told from a perspective of Prince Charming. But it's just Malcolm thinking about himself. I'm making Harold communicate with his dragon, but whatever he said to him, dragon didn't like that. I want Harold to be a lot closer to his dragons than Edmund was, and with that have a higher dragon taming skill, because he maybe, hopefully, will get chance to fly the dragon. Ironically, no one in this family reacts to fire that dragon starts on the lot. They all seems to be completely fine with them. Feels odd to be filming this wintry episode while melting from the heat in real life. It's 36 Celsius right now. It's awful. And I'm someone who really likes warm weather, but this is not warm. This is boiling. Anyways, we have a visitor at our door. Crystal. I love how random NPCs sometimes just come to our door and knock on it. Hey, I felt extremely social today, so I decided to make friends with random people. I'm sending Cora to play with bunnies, mostly because she has nothing else to do. Maybe I could try to have Cora befriend as many bunnies as possible. Juliana is making candle and this cow just staring at the back of her head. No, she will stop. Be careful, Juliana, cow is judging you. I feel like I would be extra nervous if cow would judge my work. And Cora got positive moodlet from chatting with Rabbit. Rabbits are such a good listeners. They have 2 large ears, the better to hear Cora with. They don't say much though. And we have another visitor, Lavina, the Hanford mayor. At least with Lavina, our family already knows her, so for her it makes sense to come over and knock on our door. You can hang out in our house, but Eden, too many e-names. But Eden will be making cheese, so we could sell it on Monday at the market. So we spent the rest of the Saturday preparing for market and chatting with Lavina. Also Mara found, what was names today? Cora. Also, Cora found another bunny to talk to. Toddler's interaction with bunny, just so precious. Just look at them. She herself looks like a bunny. I should really get going now. Did you stay here for entirety of the day? Okay, our random guess that we didn't know before leaving. At midnight? On the morning of Sunday, Peter was the first one to wake up and also complain about sore back from gym bed. He went outside alone and just cloud-gazed for a moment, while others were still sleeping. Maybe he was thinking about how it's going to feel to not live with your family, to not live with your mom and brother and sister. Peter actually going through a clingy phase, which is really not ideal for someone who's about to move out at the age of 10. But I really liked his peaceful moment alone. When everybody else woke up, Eden made breakfast for everyone, they ate and went to church, because it's Sunday and also the holiday. It is really cold winter days, so the first thing that boys did when arriving to church ran to the fireplace to warm themselves up. I didn't do this action, they did it autonomously and I really like that. There is some other local children in the church, they not dressed time appropriately because they randomly generated sims that game keeps adding. I don't know how to stop that. I wish I had that knowledge. But we're going to ignore the way they dressed and just let Peter talk to them. I do want our kids to be friends with other kids in Hanford. This person walking with books back and forth is actually a librarian. I call this lot a church, but it's actually a library. And I think a librarian could be a priest. Our previous priest died, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to give our librarian a little makeover, so he fits in with the church more. Eden likes handiness. Okay, Eden is making forager's baskets, and apparently that uses handiness skill. I'm glad she likes it. and she's finished one. We have only one basket in the family and there is now more people that could forage, so I decided that having another one would be a good idea. Peter getting stressed moodlet from his clingy childhood phase. Clingy Sims don't like expanding their social circle beyond parents and caregivers. And I'm forcing him to talk to other children. I'm so sorry, Peter. This little girl is Rosalia Landgrab. She's a daughter of John Landgrab, formerly known as Johnny Zest, and his wife Marina Landgrab. The little branch of Landgrab family currently lives in Hanford, so she's like a rich girl. She's sad for some reason. Maybe somebody in Landgrab family died? Dudley just gained sentiment with someone. Brown Bell. I really value the time we spent together. I think it's made us closer than ever. You just met this child, Dudley. Don't be weird. It's already Sunday evening. We came back home from church. We have the rest of Sunday to do whatever we want, so I want to invite Eden's friend Michaela over because I really want my Sims to have friends. So I'm trying to stay in touch with one friend Eden managed to make. Eden and Michaela chatted for the rest of the evening, and then when Michaela left, everyone in the family went to sleep. Harold broke the sink, or the barrel. I'm going to wake up Dudley to fix it. Or we're going to have pouring water the whole night in this house. We also have Ghost in our front yard. Sarah is still here. I don't remember in which episode she died, but she's still here because her grave is here. I'm forgetting to take her grave to the cemetery. Please leave, I want to speed time. She's making snow angels. On the Monday morning, everyone decided that Eden really needs help with cooking, so they stood around cheering her up very loudly. And she unlocked the ability to write simple live and cook book on the computer. This book can be read by others for maximum cooking skill gain. This is so cool if you had a computer or ability to write. But it's really cool thing to know that she's so good at cooking that her notes could have helped other Sims to learn cooking faster. She made some fancy thing using spinach and boiled eggs for today's breakfast, and she gained gourmet cooking level 2. I moved this toddler bath in cowshed so we can wash toddlers somewhat indoors, but I noticed something about Eden. She had 2 wishes, to have a child and to kiss someone, which is very much gives off vibes that she's ready to move on with her life, that she is ready to start a family again, which is not something that I planned for. I think what I'm going to do is after Great Famine, if she survives it obviously, I will find her a new husband. At that point we will be very close to Harold becoming a teenager and becoming a head of household, so she can just move out with her new husband and have more children if she so chooses to. We arrived at the market. A lot of what we're selling today is dairy products. You've made a lot of Eden made a lot of butter, also some cheese, and we have some random stuff like fish, eggs, also candles. Why is Dudley freezing to death? Why are you in your pajamas? Literally everybody else wearing their winter outfit and Dudley in what is basically medieval underwear. Put on some clothing, man. Market day went as per usual, with giving a lot of sales speeches to random people from the crowd and gaining sentiments with random people from the crowd. This sim is one of the randomly generated NPCs in Hanford, but a while ago I gave a bunch of them medieval makeovers. Dudley is Michael's favorite friend today. He is happy to offer Dudley a favor for being a member of village community. What are you giving each other in the walls? And Eden gained a sentiment with that person I was talking about, Jerry Vase. I'm glad you don't think my llama jokes are getting old. I feel like you just get me. And now Juliana is Michael's favorite friend, and he's offering her a favor. Michael just going around giving gifts. He gave Juliana a cottage pie. Man whipped out the whole pie out of his pocket. Thank you, this is really kind. And Eden gained another sentiment with Jerry. You're so fun to be around. I really enjoy spending time with you. I hope you feel that way about me too. You know what, Jerry? We can keep you in mind. Al just talked about marrying her after famine. He spent this whole market day standing or sitting around Eden and talking to her. Dudley, why are you grilling on the back there? Who asked you to do so? Eden is Michael's favorite. Michael, calm down. He gifted something to every adult in this family. He gave Eden some mushrooms and some berries. Again, very kind of you, thank you. It's getting pretty late, it's already dark, I think we're going to go home. We did not sold everything, but we sold quite a lot. We now have 2,700 simoleons. A bit less than I hoped for, but it's still 700 simoleons made in a day. And we also have a bunch of food in our inventory now. We have our breakfast that we didn't finish. We have pies that Michael gave us. Also, I remembered these socks in Juliana's inventory. She knitted them a while ago. When Edmund was still alive, he was buying wool for her to knit with, and she made 3 pairs of socks. So I think she should give them to Eden, Harold, and Peter. And then they can add them to their wardrobe and we can actually use them. We're not going to see them because of their clothing, but we will know that they were in socks knitted by Juliana. She gifted a pair to Eden, and everybody liked it. Cora, it's 3 a.m. You're so tired. Why are you not in bed? Go in bed. What are you even doing in the barn? Finally, everyone is asleep. It's Tuesday morning. Eden is in a flirty mood while cooking breakfast for her family. I'm thinking about Jerry, but it's actually a very sad day today. Unfortunately, it's a day when Juliana is going to leave us. When she joined our family, we rolled for her end of life roll, which determines how many years a sim has left to live. She rolled 7, I think, or something like that, on a bigger side number. Those 7 years passed, and today is time for her to go. And there is blizzard outside. Very dramatic weather for such a moment. I think Juliana had good time with this family. Maybe she was a little bored after Edmund died, because then she had no one to argue with. What is she going to do with these people that did nothing wrong in their lives? Let me send you inside of the house. I think... Oh! She fell. Okay, tragically fitting. I'm going to choose death by old age. She's very old, it's the most fitting one. And Lavina going to our house again. She's visiting us quite often. But Juliana just walked through the wall. So you're going outside today. I'm a little confused now. How far is she going to go? Oh, she walked through the tree stump. Did she glitched? Our house is pretty far now. She's like a cat. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've been told by different people that cats don't die at home. They go away, and you think that they disappeared, and you just assume they died after some time. That's like, you cannot go on that hill. It's not possible. It's not walkable. Look how far our house. She died. She died while walking. Okay, but I don't need playable ghost. She's a ghost now, but she's still walking. She didn't even stop. She just had a light come through her, and what is this death? The rest of the family hiding in the house from blizzard, and Grandma just walked outside and never came back again. In a way, this is really cool glitch, in an eerie way. She's just a ghost walking through the blizzard, not knowing that she's a ghost. She looks lost, and she's now walking in the part of the map where a life cannot go. I know I need to let her go and play with the rest of the family, but I'm curious how far will she walk. We reached 2D trees. Nothing is real at this part of the map anymore. And she's still walking. I think this is as far as I will go, because we reached the part where my camera is now weird. I can't see anything. Meanwhile, we have guests at our door. Jerry is visiting us. We also don't have Juliana's grave, by the way, because of the way she died. Why are you here during blizzard? Also, have you seen an old lady in the forest? We've been looking for Grandma since morning. Now they're just sitting and talking, and Dudley is chaperoning, I guess. It's like, hi, I'm here, so you know. I did not plant any of this, but you know what? Now I'm invested. I feel like he invested too. Dudley decided to talk to him too, maybe ask him some questions like where do you work? He dressed like he's a knight. He could be a knight. Maybe he had some time off from his knightly duties and came to Eden's house. We also kind of have Dragon out in the open. Imagine you saw a woman at the marketplace, you liked her, and you went to her house to just talk, to meet her parents, and her house is guarded by a dragon. I mean, he's a knight, he can save his princess from the dragon, but that's not that kind of story. What I'm saying is that I think I need to rearrange the slot a little bit and put like a foresty area behind the house and hide dragon there. I didn't really mind having dragon just out in the front yard when it was small. He's pretty big now. He's not even going to fit in the cow shed if I wanted to. And he's going to be a lot bigger, like twice this size. Maybe even from the perspective of other villagers from Hanford, the idea is that nobody knew about dragons, anything about dragons in Hanford when Edmund came here. That's why he wasn't able to convince anything to buy the egg from him. And because they didn't know anything about dragons, they didn't fear a dragon because what it is. They don't know how big it is. They don't know that it breathes fire, flies. And when dragon was small, maybe people who got a glimpse of it thought that it's just some sort of weird oversized chicken, but then it grew larger. And people may start asking questions of how big is it going to be. So maybe it's time for us to hide the dragon in the forest. It's not going to be really efficient disguise, especially bright red dragon in the winter. But we're just going to put him behind some trees to suggest that it's at least a little bit hidden from the just random people's eyes who's passing through the forest. In order to find the dragon, you need to kind of go off the path. Right now I just treat it like another animal. For example, Peter's duty in this household is to take care of the cow. He feeds, cleans and milks cow, and Harold's duty is to take care of the dragon in the similar way. It's already the next day, everybody had breakfast and Eden is crying under the covers because of Juliana. Juliana was probably really big support for Eden, maybe even like a mother figure for her. Last time when Eden saw her mother was before she got married for the first time. So it looks like in this household, Eden taking Juliana's death the hardest. We arrived at the market lot and now I got a notification about the fact that Juliana died. Today at the market I want to choose a different table to sell our stuff. We usually pick table at the very front of the market. So first of all, I feel like we only see that part of the market in the video. It's going to be slightly different background for this market day. But also, it's very crowded at the front of the marketplace because grills and tables are there. Maybe us being at the very back will spread people out a little bit. We don't have Juliana anymore to help us. I think Peter will be at the second table today. Jerry is here hugging some air. He's probably hugging someone, but animation is glitching. Oh, and Jonathan Grab just appeared. Is that him you hugging? You friends with such important people? Cora is out here playing with a toy. Know what you can do? You can talk to bunnies. Oh, this bunny just went home. It didn't want to talk to Cora. I just noticed that snow started melting. Apparently weather is getting a little warmer. Look at John hugging his wife. They're really cute, but we're going to go home. We didn't salt a couple of eggs and 1 bottle of milk. This is fine. We can literally eat those ourselves. And in our forest, most of the snow has melted. We have Juliana's grave now. It just appeared in our house. Okay, this is good. We can take this urn to cemetery and properly bury her. Also, I'm going to send Dudley to take Sarah's gravestone. Sarah was a bartender, but she froze to death randomly. We just witnessed that. And ever since her ghost been haunting our house, so I think it's time for her to be properly buried at the cemetery. While Dudley does that, everybody else can come inside and grab some food. We have eggs, we have cheese that we not sold, we have 1 bottle of milk left. Game is telling me that my chickens are going to die soon from old age. In the morning, boys are taking care of the animals, Eden is cooking, and Dudley is complaining that house is not clean enough. I'm going to send Peter to bathe in a stream. He's really dirty and we finally can bathe in a stream. We couldn't for the previous week or so because everything was frozen. I got another sassy society paper Dearest reader, if I have to hear one more plodding spiritless sonata played by Mr. Eric Lewis, I may scream. Skill or not, it takes a great ear to succeed in music. Who among us can recommend the gentleman a private music tutor? Okay, Ruth, you don't have to drag Eric Lewis like that. I'm also sending Harold hunting. I'm sending him with his grandfather Garrett. So he's not going alone, he's being watched, he's being taught. But he's learning very useful skill. And he reached foraging level 3. Harold can now craft bait to track pigeons, squirrels, and rabbits, successfully hunt ducks, pheasants, and wild chickens, and also harvest small animal pelts when cutting the animal meat. What does pelt do? I have some pelts in my Sims inventories and I don't know what they do. I used to have like PDF file with a description of all the features of medieval cookbook mod and I lost it and I can't find it again on creator's Patreon. So if any of you uses medieval cookbook mod and knows what pellets are for, please tell me. Because they slowly accumulate in Eden's inventory and I don't know what to do with them. I also send Peter hunting too. I usually send both boys with Garrett. And Peter hunted pigeon and a squirrel. I think there is a meal that we can make using pigeon, so I'm going to keep it whole, and the rest we're going to cut. And Harold hunted small rabbit and a squirrel. I brought Eden and her friend Michaela to the cemetery. It's not Sunday or any holiday, but I just wanted to leave Juliana's and Sarah's graves here. I'm going to put Juliana somewhere over here, kind of leaving them at random spots, and future me will organize this cemetery. This lady is a librarian. We have a new librarian. Where did my new priest go? Or you just working in shifts? Eden asked her about her job and learned that Holly is a librarian at medieval church. I'm very creative with my build names. I mean, she could be a nun. Or not. Eden said, Oh, hi, Dulce. Maybe Dulce came to her mom's grave. Now when it's here. Also, this librarian standing right on the top of Edmund's grave. Eden's friend going home. I think we should also go home. We did what we wanted to do. Peter and Edmund were home while we were at the cemetery. They have an action to become best friends forever. I want to do that. I think it would be really cute. I mean, they had their fights, their grudges, but they're still very close. Now, why does that animation look like that? That's supposed to be a wholesome moment. Instead, we got backwards hugging. We're going to hope that they will keep this friendship throughout their whole lives. Stop hugging like that. Oh my god. Most people is tired, so I'm going to send them to bed. Eden, however, is not sleepy yet, so after she finishes potty training Cora, I'm going to send her make candles. This setup looks almost cozy, despite the fact that she's in the cowshed at night. But this warm lighting, and you can see a little bit of outside through the window, and tomorrow we will be able to sell these candles that Eden is making right now. What happened? Harold is going through a phase. He's having a bit of a mean streak and feels like being more nasty with other Sims. Harold, not the heir going through the mean streak. And he's just sitting on the floor playing with toy. This is what mean streak looks like for him. Hitting yourself in the face with a toy. Because he already awake and kind of woke up from going through the mean streak, I decided to send him outside to talk to his dragon. Maybe be like, you know, my only friend when Peter is leaving the house. He's going to be all fancy blacksmith. And I get to stay here with mom and work at the farm. I don't know. I'm trying to imagine mean streak from Harold. We will see where it leads us. Next day started and it's Saint Valentine's Day and our toilet is working. Great start. I don't think anyone in this house will be celebrating Valentine's Day. And our sink is broken. Oh my god. Everything Dudley touched this morning broke. Let's make breakfast and get ourselves ready to go to the market. The kids are doing their morning chores, taking care of the animals. And Dudley is spraying plants. Now when plants are defrosted, weeds and bugs are back, so we need to take care of them. Peter's responsibility is in range to earn responsible trade. That would be so cool. I think that would fit him a lot to have responsible trade. Also, both Peter and Harold have their mental skill high enough so they can help in the garden, which is very useful. And we're back at the marketplace. I like to using tables at the very back of this little street, so we're using them again. Hi Garrett, Dudley playing with little Cora. Can you please put her in her winter clothing? Snow may have melted, but it's still very cold. coat. And look who's talking to Eden, it's Jerry. I'm just going to decide for myself that he's coming to the market just to see Eden. Dudley, why are you grilling again? Why are you spending our money? You're not even hungry. I'm going to stop taking you with us.
Fwingo zibs, fwingo bazulorn.
Greybel, Maisie Grove, Greybel.
Bazat a ne be believed to mice.
You know what this marketplace is lacking? A bard. I've been thinking that something is missing, and I think it's music. Like somebody just leaning on the wall of the building and gently playing lute or singing. I need a bard character. I don't know how would I make them sing if they are not in my household. But there is something about people in the crowd at the marketplace just randomly singing songs that adds to the vibe so much. Oh, I also wanted to do something. Peter has a wand to catch a fish, and he had it for a couple of days already, but water was frozen. Now it's not frozen, and they can go and fish. I'm going to send him and Harold to fish together. Maybe they can learn a little bit of fishing. Even if they're not going to do that as a profession, it's still a useful skill. Eden learned the following trait about Jerry: materialistic. So far we know that he's dance machine and materialistic. Very interesting traits he has. Oh, Marina Landgraf is pregnant. Another Landgraf baby is on the way. Peter still didn't caught a single fish, and as I say that Harold pulled another fish from the water. They've been fishing for a while, and Harold already got 2, and Peter got 0. And Dudley getting more fairy friend gifts from locals. Come on, Peter, you can do it. He's really unlucky. And Harold didn't even want to go fishing. He just went to keep Peter company. He apparently has a natural talent for it. Harold reached fishing level 2 and caught another fish. And Peter finally got a fish. He fulfilled his want. Congratulations. And we have 5,000. We actually have 5,588 simoleons. We managed to do it. It was a lot of going to marketplace. Valentine's Day have ended and winter harvest started. Oh my god, everyone is so stinky. It's waste zone in here. It's sleeping in green clouds. But we don't have much time to bathe. Today is harvest day. We need to harvest all our winter plants and plant spring ones. Which means that we're going to have new plants to sell. Eden made pottage for everyone. We're going to have a quick breakfast and get to work harvesting everything. I'm going to delete all of these plants. And we're going to plant for a spring harvest. In the spring in 1400s we can grow carrots, mushrooms, strawberries, and also year-round plants, watermelons, mushrooms, and sage. Tomorrow will be spring. Now we went through our first season cycle. And if I did everything correctly, we should have now most, if not all, seeds for every season and won't have to buy anything for planting. Everyone is contributing to this planting season. Peter and Harold are smart enough to be able to plant. Eden took a little break to base Cora because Cora kept distracting everyone with her screaming. She knows how to get what she wants. Other than that, everybody is planting. Everything is planted, now it's watering time. I'm making Harold to do most of the work because he needs the skill, and this is the time when we do the bulk of our gardening. And I got delivery notification. I have notifications set up in MCC mod for my plate household. And most of the townies that I gave medieval makeovers to, I keep as my plate household, so I will get those notifications. And I got notifications that Marine Landgrab had one female baby with John Landgrab. Congratulations! They are the only normal branch of Landgrab family, so I'm very happy for them. Female baby though, no heir so far. I think Malcolm has 1 or 2 sons out of marriage, like not with his wife. I need to make a video about lives of townies to whom I gave medieval makeover, like where are they now style, or is this something that's interesting only for me? You can be honest with me. Oh, bees are back. I missed them. They've been asleep the whole winter. We're at the church and we have a new librarian for some reason, third one. This is very important day for us because today we're going to be talking to a person who will teach Peter blacksmithing. And this is him, Egbert. Ignore his last name, it's wrong. It's supposed to be Goodman. Peter is almost 10. Soon meaning tomorrow, he will move out and go and live with Egbert, who's been blacksmith for his entire life and will pass his knowledge to Peter. Unfortunately for Eden, the only blacksmith who could take an apprentice right now is Peter's uncle, Egbert. If you remember back in the days when Edmund first met Eden, she was living in the church tower, because after her husband's death, she's been kicked out of their house by her husband's brother, Peter's uncle, Egbert. This name starts sounding really funny. I randomized it, by the way. And also I created another e-name. Egbert is well known in the Hanford, for good but mostly for bad reasons. Good reason being that Egbert is very skilled in his craft, incredible blacksmith, but not so good of a person. He is known in Hanford as a very ill-tempered man. He always has conflicts with someone, finds trouble where others usually don't, and he's been like that since very young age, which led to him never being married. There is no woman that would want to be his wife, and also no family that would give their daughter to him as wife. Eden already approached him at the church about Peter wanting to be a blacksmith. He laughed at first and also said something alongside, "Haven't seen you in years." To which he's probably been told by someone like Michael Bell that, what do you mean, haven't seen in years? You can shut up about how bad is the cheese that she's selling. Don't lie for no reason in the church. At the end, Albert did agree to teach Peter at the price of 5,000 simoleons. No discounts for his nephew. Eden didn't even expect a discount. If anything, she was surprised that he didn't ask for more. And Eden is Michael's favorite friend today. He gifted her a strawberry jam. That's why I said that he would be the one to step up for her, because Creature Keeper for some reason really likes our family. He gives us food all the time. Egbert took the food that Eden made. Not so bad after all. It is rather unpleasant situation that Eden has to ask for a favor from someone who really wronged her in the past, but she will do it for her son. There is no actual threat for Peter, just really awkward for Eden. Where is Harold this whole time? Crying over graves of his parents. Yeah, this is really sad. Oh, your grandpa. And he's giving him a hug. So cute. Why are you yelling at him? It's the mean streak. All grandpa did is try to support you. When you were crying, why are you yelling at him now? Oh, Harold. There is so many people sitting at the front door of this church and just talking. Eden is talking to Jerry, Jerry just staring at her, and Harold having beef with his toy. His toy told him to quit packing it out, and he has a moodlet now, a terrible toy. Someone needs to teach that toy its place. Maybe put it in the dark, dank reaches of a toy box. That will teach it. You're getting angry at the toy. We just arrived home and now mailman is yelling at Dudley because he's mean. I remember you. You yelled at Juliana at some point. Take this energy somewhere else, sir. Cora found another bunny to talk to. Or not. This bunny not really pleased with her. This bunny doesn't want pets. That's heartbreaking. When animal refuses pets, that's really sad. Eden is playing with Cora. Maybe she's trying to cheer her up after the heartbreak from Bunny refusing pets. And our chicken is dying. I mean, game been telling me for a while that my chickens are getting on in years. Amelia's time has come and now they will be strolling around those rolling green hills in the sky. We will miss you, Amelia. Bye-bye. It's always so sad when they die. Also, during the night, our second chicken died too, which makes sense. We bought them on the same day. Bye, Grim. I hope that I will not see you soon. At least not in this Let's Play. And it's time. Time has come. Today is Peter's 10th birthday. It's not like his actual birthday, but today he's becoming 10 years old, and I decided that at the age of 10 he will leave us to go and learn blacksmithing. He's going to eat his breakfast and we will send him on his way. It's not as dramatic as I maybe make it sound. He will be living in Hanford. We will see him around. We'll probably see him at the church on Sundays. It's just that he's not longer gonna be living at this house with his mom and siblings. He will be back living at this house in 6 years. I think we all need to give him a good hug and some reassurance that he will do well. He's really talented, he's really smart and responsible child, and we believe in him. Even Cora going to give him a hug. He probably doesn't understand what's happening. She's just been told to hug her brother, and happy to do so. This is Egbert's household. I'm going to fix his family name later, and we're going to move Peter with him and also give him 5,000 simoleons. Simoleons. We're going to give him 5,000 simoleons as a payment And that's it. Peter is living with his uncle now. And we now have only 4 people in our family. That's so few people. I should enjoy this because in Black Widow, where I have a huge family, I'm struggling to keep up with everyone. So this is nice. What are we even doing with ourselves? It's Monday, we're supposed to be going to the market. What are we doing? I think we're going to go, at least for a couple of hours. It's better late than never because we have a lot of goods to sell. We have our oversized mushrooms and watermelons. Literally nothing interesting happens a day at the market. We didn't sold everything, but we sold quite a lot. Cora found herself more rabbit friends to talk to, which was always really cute. And Harold went hunting. I sent him hunting with his grandfather Garrett because he has nothing to do at the market. That's it, that's whole market day. Next day also wasn't really eventful. Eden did the laundry in the morning, fed everyone. We did gardening and our regular preparations for the market, making candles and cheese. And Harold reached dragon taming level 2. He can now discuss dragon taming with other Sims and make offerings to a dragon. Pretty late in the evening, Harold went on a little walk. Not too far, just around our lot, because we live in this really pretty forest, but my Sims never actually walk around the area, really. They're kind of too busy for that now. So I decided to send Harold on the walk. It can also be a part of his mean streak. He's going outside late, alone, staying out past his bedtime. So I sent him to walk around in the ruins, which is also gives your Sims confident moodlet. And he decided to lay down and moonbase here in the middle of the ruins. Whilst everybody at the house were going to bed, because it was already 10 p.m. And a little bit later that night, at 11 p.m., we had a visitor at our door. Jerry showed up. What are you doing here so late? Come on in, I guess. It is really late to be visiting, so what are you here for? They are talking and joking, Eden is laughing. I just want to see what they're going to do on their own. Meanwhile, Harold somewhere in the room is playing with toy. I literally just sat there, observing 2 Sims and the actions that they will do autonomously, without any intervention from my side, and they spent 5 hours at night just talking. So this man showed up at Eden's door at 11 p.m. and sat at her house just chatting for 5 hours. And then he just left. For me, it's really sweet. He just wanted to spend time with her. He left at 3 in the morning. And that's where I think I'm going to live too, because my voice is leaving. We have one day of 13-14 left, Wednesday, but I'm going to just leave this day. It's okay if we start one day before famine. We played through 3 years in this video. If you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like. Comment on it. It all really helps channel to grow. It tells YouTube that my videos are worth showing to more Simmers. And also, if you like to see more of my videos, subscribe to the channel. It's actually 500 of you already here, which is probably not a lot in the grand scheme of YouTube, but feels kind of bizarre, the idea of that 500 people saw my video and decided that they want to see more of them, to the point where they click subscribe button. I'm very grateful for every one of you. It feels really cheesy, I'm sorry. This little corner of the internet that I created randomly makes me really happy, and I'm really grateful for the space that you provided me. It wouldn't exist if not for you. I obviously really like this game. I've been playing Sims since I was 11? 12, but it was Sims 3. I don't remember in what year I started playing Sims 4. At least a year after Cottage Living came out, because I bought it on sale and it was the first DLC for Sims 4 that made me consider going from Sims 3 to Sims 4. So I really love this game, and I always had these stories in my brain as I was playing it, and it's so bizarre to me that I now have space to share those stories and somebody watches them and likes them. Before I get too deep in my feelings, thank you. I'm really grateful. And I see you in the next video. Until then, bye!